We got some interesting rosters for you. Matt and I constructed some different rosters based on with the all-star people that you could vote for. We made our own rosters that follow some different themes.
Oh,
we got 4 of them we're going to go through. And the first one it's a great team name. A great team name. We have got the non-NA, NA LCS All-Stars. So what that means is you've got guys who were eligible to be voted in to the NA All-Stars, and they're not really NA residents, but they play in NA, and therefore they're NA. It's very confusing, but basically none of these guys are actually NA residents, and you can actually make a pretty solid team.
Now, when you say not really NA residents,
they live
in North America, but they have no birth certificate saying I was born here.
No,
they were born somewhere else.
They were not. That's why they don't have those birth certificates,
That's
because
right.
they weren't born in NA. But let's take a look at this this roster we've set up. You got Someday in the top lane, Lyra in the jungle, our boy Jensen in the mid lane, Arrow at AD, and Ole at support. All these guys take up an import slot in the NALCS, and captain of this team is, of course, going to be Jensen, because I think he speaks the best English out of them all, and since the All-Star event is going to be in LA, Riot probably forces them to speak English.
Yeah, and I mean, this could also be a sweet band name. Jensen and the 4 Koreans. Boy, is that a catchy name.
That's pretty catchy. I would check out a debut single or album from them.
100%. But this team rivals the one that's actually going to All-Stars.
Yeah.
This team is stacked. I mean, the one weakness you can say is at ADC with Arrow, because he had 1 down split with Phoenix 1.
Yeah.
But the split before, he was popping off and looking really solid. But across the board, I mean, Jensen could have been going for NA. Ole could be going for NA in their actual roster. Same with Someday. And Lyra was a top-performing jungler not so long ago. First team in spring. So, I mean, that's a good team, man.
I mean, 3 out of those positions are probably top 2 in the NALCS.
Yeah, I mean, of course it's good. They're imports.
Yeah, I mean, that's why they're so highly coveted heading into the new franchising year. So that team, I'd like to see them go. They do pretty well.
Yeah, we'll send them to.
And the LoL NA memes would be great because, of course, none of them are really from NA. This next roster is something else.
We were looking so hard for some of these themes, Eric, but this one kind of came to us somewhat quickly.
It really just popped off the page. Of course, we are talking about the 5-course team. Let's check out the roster for these guys. Now, the theme here is going to be, it's a 5-course meal that you're going through. So in the top lane, you've got Brandini, which is obviously you're going to start with a little sip of brandy before you go in for the meal. And then the jungler and captain of the team is shrimp. Now, obviously, this is the first food you're eating in the course, so that's very important. And shrimp, if you have bad shrimp, it's trouble. So there's a lot of pressure on shrimp here to make sure that he's providing for his team. In the mid lane, we've got Froggen, frog legs.
I think they got it, yeah.
Good entree, good main course there.
Delicious.
And
not too filling.
Not too filling, because you got to save room for the AD carry. That's going to be bangers and mash, aka formerly don't mash me.
Right, just the mash here though.
Just the mash, no bangers,
no
just
bangers.
mash.
Only mash.
And then for dessert, you got a smoothie.
Nice.
It's actually a pretty healthy meal overall. I mean, a smoothie could be anything from like a chocolate, peanut butter, ice cream smoothie to, you know, strawberry banana.
Wow.
Kale smoothie.
Someone call up Echo Fox and get this team to be a thing, because that is fantastic.
Now, the thing is, technically, Riot would probably not let that team go through because you got 3 Echo Fox members, Brandini, Froggen, and Mash. Luckily, if Riot does really enforce the rules, we do have a sub that we can put in that mid lane for Froggen. Matt, go ahead. Tell them who our sub is.
I mean, there's not too many food-named guys playing mid lane in the NALCS, so we almost put this guy ahead of Froggen, but I mean, you can't, it's not super edible, but I know every kid at one point was like, I'm going to have a taste of some golden glue.
Some golden glue.
Gonna give me some glue. So, I mean,
he doesn't need to be golden.
No, but yeah, that's his name. His name's Golden Glue.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not as good as frog legs.
No.
I mean, if my third course
protein.
was glue, I'd be a little more upset, but...
I mean, to be fair, if I got a 5-course meal and my first course was some brandy, I'd probably be upset about that as well.
It's expensive brandy.
Okay. Maybe I wouldn't be that upset then.
Yeah. That's a fancy meal.
That is a fancy meal. That team, by the way, would get destroyed at All-Stars. Destroyed. You got Brandini, Mash, Shrimp.
Well, nothing wrong with Shrimp. Shrimp's a fine jungler.
Fine is right.
Okay.
Feel bad for Froggen and Smoothie on that team.
Yeah.
Specifically Smoothie. From quarterfinals at Worlds to that team at All-Stars.
That's a big downgrade.
That's a big slide. We got two more guys, two more squads here. This is a very interesting one. We're calling this one the shortest name possible. Shortest names possible, or S.N.P. for short, as we like to call them. These are the guys coming out of the LPL. Let's take a look at this roster. They are exactly as the name says, the shortest names possible. You've got V in the top lane. Doesn't get much shorter than that.
That's pretty short.
In the jungle, SKS, the longest name on the team. Obviously, V, captain of this team.
That means he's the best. SKS means he's
Or
the
is
best.
V the best? He's the captain.
I don't know.
In the mid lane, you got Ki. It's QI. And 80 carry, Y4, and of course support, you got Mo. That's 10 letters, man.
I'm just saying, if you had to pay per letter, this team would be super cheap.
Yeah.
And you'd be ahead of the curve.
That's not a bad idea if they're...
I mean, Riot should look
salary
into
caps.
this. Yeah. You have to pay per letter of the guy's name, not talent-based.
How much is a letter
character-based.
worth?
At least $10,000.
Wow.
That's
Well,
expensive.
if you're paying $10,000 per letter, then this next team, Riot would be going bankrupt pretty quickly, because the next team is the character limit exceeded roster. You know, when you're filling something out and they only give you 50 characters, you type a whole paragraph, and then who knows how long ago you exceeded the characters.
Devastating.
But this squad coming from the EU LCS.
Of course.
Of course, you got Vizichachi in the top lane. 10 letters there. Pride Stalker, MVP, and captain of this team. That's 12
Of course
letters.
he's captain, yeah.
Look at that face, man. I'm terrified.
He can be captain if he wants to.
He can,
I'm not going to argue with that.
can do
Jesus.
whatever he wants. In the mid lane, you got Power of Evil, 80 carry, Steelback. Really got to throw in the extra E's. Shout outs to Steelback. He put that E in just to make this squad.
Yeah, just to qualify.
Only 2 E's? I'm not sure he gets in.
We gave him a call before this saying, you're not making it. Then he's like, I'm E.
Threw in another E. All right, you made the cut. And then Hillisang in the bottom
Kind of
lane.
disappointing, only 9 letters.
Yeah, that,
Scrub.
you know, he really let the team down on this one. That's 52 letters combined, as opposed to 10 on S.N.P. Just the insane parity in competitive League of Legends.
So which team's better? Obviously S.N.P.
S.N.P. is obviously better because they're much more recognizable and easier for announcers to say, for shoutcasters to call
It's
out.
efficient.
Yeah. V. What a play by V.
Or Vizichachi.
Oh,
God.
too many syllables. Way too many
Don't
syllables.
get paid enough for that.
Now, I will say the S.N.P. team, not sure how well they would do at the All-Star team. Not super familiar with a lot of the players on that squad.
Yeah.
I do remember EDGU used to be a mid laner, so we could have had a V and a U. So that'd be interesting. Matt and I were trying to come up with some other rosters. We were really looking forward to filling out a roster of animals, full animal names on a team. Got very close on the LCK with, we had Mighty Bear in the jungle, Mickey in the mid lane.
Yeah. Teddy at 80K.
Teddy at AD, and you got Wolf or Gorilla at support, but there was no top lane.
No. That
No
was
top
disappointing.
laner.
We got close with food too.
Yeah.
In
LPL?
in the LPL, yeah. There was
got-
banana. There was banana fish. So many great names.
Those are 2 different players on 2 different teams. Banana and Banana Fish.
It's crazy.
Outrageous. You had Corn in the mid lane.
Yeah. Ning was our jungler because that translates to. We did full translations
Yeah,
of
Ning
these Chinese.
does translate to lemon in English,
There it is.
but couldn't find a jungler.
No.
MLXG, not really food.
There's another good one too. I think in the LMS there's a guy named Breeze and there's a guy named Wind. They just love when the air flows through there.
I would be mad if I was one of them. If I named my guy
took
Wind
my
and I'm
name.
like, well, I'm Breeze. Oh, come on, man. Come on. You just took my name.
That's not okay.
All-Stars should be fun.
Should be fun.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more esports content.